Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on October 10, 2023. Israel-Hamas war, Israeli military strikes hundreds of targets across Gaza. Sky News, UN Secretary Guterres is making a statement at the UN about the conflict between Israel and Gaza. Al Jazeera English, Sunak condemns Hamas as fully responsible for Israel terror and pledges UK steadfast support. The Independent, top 5 stories, Hamas fighters still inside Israel, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. presidential bid and more. Ordinary people will pay price for attacks on Israel. The Guardian, why is Hamas attacking Israel, and why now? CBS News, Hamas has set a trap that Israel must avoid. The Times, as a civilized democracy, Israel must stick to the international conventions of war. The Independent, how Gaza turned the tables on its jailers. Israel-Hamas war live. Netanyahu says Israel's siege just getting started. Hamas threatens hostage executions. UK, US and allies offer Israel steadfast support in joint statement. The Guardian, Western leaders issue joint statement stating steadfast and united support for Israel. The Times of Israel, Hamas attack on Israel triggers debate in Germany. DW, English, security reinforced in France at Jewish community sites. Anadolu Agency, English, joint statement from Quint leaders on Israel, the 9th of October 2023. They are in my house, kibbutz survivors tell of Hamas attack. The Guardian, Israel-Hamas war, grandmother taken by militants has no medicine and is in pain, family says. Sky News, 4 months ago I was in this kibbutz. Now it's a murder scene. The Times, grandmother taken hostage by Hamas is Holocaust survivor. Evening Standard, Londoner fears mum, 74, was abducted by militants from home near Gaza border, ITV News London. California requires companies to report carbon emissions. BBC, California becomes first U.S. state to ban 4 potentially harmful chemicals in food. CNN, Newsom signs landmark emissions, climate risk disclosure laws. The Hill, Gov. Newsom signs new law requiring big companies in California to disclose emissions. Far-right AfD says it is now major all-German party after state elections. The Guardian, Go West, far-right German party breaks out of eastern strongholds. Financial Times, Bavarian election results, rise of hard-right AfD shakes Scholz. The Times, German far-right eyes government responsibility after huge election gains. Euractiv, German far-right leader says gains in state elections show her party has arrived. Eric Adams slams pro-Hamas protesters in Times Square after one seen with swastika. The Independent, in New York, angry demos and mourning after Hamas attack on Israel. France 24 English sad face. 1. US not actively considering evacuating citizens from Israel, National Security Council says. CNN, Israel-Hamas conflict sparks rallies across US. NBC News, Israel-Hamas war, Larry Summers is sickened by Harvard silence. The total blockade of Gaza will be brutal, but what comes next? Kim Sengupta. The Independent, Israeli bombing rocks Gaza through the night. Al Jazeera English, we live in a country that expects trouble. Every home has a bomb-proof room. But nobody saw this coming. Manchester Evening News, analysis, between Israel and Gaza, a deep history of trauma and violence. The Washington Post, opinion, I left South Africa to raise a family in safety in Israel. I don't regret it, even now. I want to go and fight, member of kidnapped Israeli family speaks out. Sky News, Hamas hostages, my wife and children have been taken to Gaza. BBC, parents of abducted Israelis plea for information, demand answers. Guardian News, they're in the house. Sister of kidnapped 12-year-old boy recounts last contact with missing relatives. The Times of Israel, Israel-Palestine war, prominent Israeli peace activist Vivian Silva missing after attack. Claudia Goldin wins Nobel Economics Prize for work on gender pay gap. The Guardian, Claudia Goldin wins Nobel Economics Prize, gas price surges as Israel halts production at Tamar Field, as it happened. The Guardian, Nobel Prize, Claudia Goldin's win in economics benefits both women and men. Bloomberg, Economics Nobel, Claudia Goldin, and all working women are winners. Families of Britons killed or captured in Israel-Hamas war share indescribable pain. The Independent, family of 5 murdered by Hamas as total death toll in Israel reaches 900. The Telegraph, heartbreaking final texts from American man who went missing in Hamas festival attack. The Independent, British photographer and girlfriend killed after hiding in bunker, say her family. Evening Standard, why net photographer missing, feared kidnapped along with 3-year-old daughter. Last moments of young tattoo artist dancing with friends before horror Hamas attack. The Independent, on cam, Israeli woman dragged to Gaza begs Hamas kidnappers, boyfriend held hostage, viral. Hindustan Times, mother of missing woman to Hamas, we are not animals, you can change your ways. The Times of Israel, God knows what they're doing to them, friend of woman kidnapped by Hamas fears for women taken by militant group. Sky News, Gaurav Sawant brings you the latest updates from the war zone, terror, revenge and bodies pile up. Israel orders siege on Gaza as Hamas threaten hostages with execution. The Independent, Israel-Gaza latest, Israel retakes control of border fence. Hundreds of overnight strikes across Gaza. Sky News, Gaza soon without fuel, medicine and food, Israel authorities. BBC, Israel declares siege of Gaza as Hamas threatens to start killing hostages. The Guardian, 100 killed in one kibbutz as Israelis told to prepare to spend days in bomb shelters. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.